Hello everyone, Paul here from Fixing Foundations. Today we will be talking about scientific notation, particularly how it relates to negative exponents. And to just give a very brief review of scientific notation, let's say we had something like 3 times 10 to the 6th power. Well, we could take 3 and we would put a decimal point here and we would move it 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We would fill in a 0 for each time we did a hop. In that case, that would be 6 zeros, and this would be our final answer. Our final answer would be 3 million. Or let's say we had something like 2.73 times 10 to the 5th power. Well, we would do something similar. We would put the decimal where it is in that example, and we would move it 5 hops. So we would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps. We would fill in zeros for each of the jumps that don't have a digit, and we would get 273,000 as our final answer. But what if we had something like this? What if we had 4 times 10 to the negative 3rd power? Just make that 3 a little clearer. For some reason I have a hard time writing down 3s. Anyways, we would take a very similar approach, but we would start over here. We would put the decimal down here, and then we would move it, but we would move it in the opposite direction. So we would do 1, 2, 3 hops to the left, and then we would fill in zeros for the missing, well, in the hops that don't have a digit, and then we would drop the decimal here. We would erase it over here, and then our answer would be 0.004 or 0.004. And finally, to drive the point home, let's say we had 5.42 times 10 to the negative 7th power. Well, we would give ourselves a good amount of space. I'm going to put it here, 5.42. And then we would do 7 hops to the left. So we would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We would put a decimal point here. Then we'll erase this and the decimal points we had there. Actually, wait, I don't want to do that just yet, because I want to fill in zeros for each of the hops that don't have a digit in them. And then we would erase this, and then we'd leave the decimal point in its new location, and we would get 0.000000542 or 0.000000542 as our final answer, which is a very small number. Whenever you see scientific notation written this way with negative exponents, it is generally to describe very small numbers. Now let's say we had something else. So let's say we wanted to convert a number into scientific notation, and it was something like 0.0000045, and we wanted to turn this into something that was written in scientific notation. Well, we would take a similar approach, but we would do hops in the other direction. So we'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to stop here at this point between the 4 and the 5, because this will give us 4.5, and we'll multiply this by 10, and we'll raise it to the negative. Let's see how many hops we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hops. So we would raise this to the negative 5th power, because that is the number of hops that we had to do in order to get a number like this. And the number you want to get, so here we did 4.5. The number you want to get is going to be it's going to be greater than 1, and it's not going to equal 10, and it certainly won't be anything greater than 10. So it has to be something that is at least 1, but not any greater than 10. So it basically has to be between these two numbers, but it can be 1, but it can't be 10. So if you have anything 10 or anything that equals 10 or higher in this place here, you made a mistake. I'll do one more example for you. Hopefully it will help you understand better if you're still struggling. Let's say we had something like 0.000000023. So we have a lot of zeros here. We want to convert this to scientific notation. I'm going to move this decimal place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hops to the right. I'm going to leave it here between the 2 and the 3, because when I put it in this point, it's going to make a number that is either greater than or equal to 1, but not any greater than 10 or equal to 10. So we get 2.3, and we have, well, we multiply it by 10, and we raise it to the negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We raise it to the negative 8th power. And that is our final answer. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you would like to see more tutorials related to mathematics, I encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please consider leaving a like if you found this video helpful. And if you are looking for online tutoring, check the description of this video. You may find something helpful.